let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. All right. Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something.
Let me tell you about Murdered Soul Suspect. Clip 1. The game takes place in probably the coolest place, and you play as the coolest looking gun shooting, darn tooting, cigarette smoking detective this damn town has to offer, god damn it.
Don't smoke, kids. You won't look as cool as him, even if you do.
You don't play by the book, but you get the job done. Here, take my gun and go catch me that son of a bitch. Now, I'm not actually kidding when I say he doesn't play by the book, because our protagonist, Ronan O'Connor, was an outlaw. Stealing, robbing, assault, he's done all of it. Among his riches, the best steal of his life is Julia, his wife. Brief backstory of Julia, because I'll forget later. She was suffering from mental illness. She met Ronan, and he helped her through. She has a brother named Javier, but that's not as cool sounding, so we'll call him Rex. He is grateful to Ronan for helping his sister through the tough times, and despite being a police lieutenant, the two got along just fine. Then Ronan and Julia got married, and they lived happily ever after.
Until she died while trying to stop two men from fighting.
Jeez, way to ruin the mood. Don't predict the future of the game or anything though, people don't like that.
So I don't tell them about Ronan dying now?
Anyway, back into the game. There's a serial killer on the loose called the Bell Killer. And our detective gets word that he's in an apartment, so being the hot-blooded cop that he is, he goes there without any backup other than the backup gun he got a couple of months ago. He gets thrown off the top floor and his soul leaves his body.
No.
Quite the out-of-body experience, eh?
He tries to get back in there like it's a onesie, but fails and the killer shows up, shooting him a whole bunch of times. Thus dragging us into the noir-themed game, but black and white is overused, so they used blue, which is absolutely cool, by the way. This may be the best horror, no, not horror, but supernatural detective type of game you could ever play. He tries to get into the afterlife, but his wife is gatekeeping him and sends him back. Apparently, he has unfinished business. He sees a little girl and follows her. Not 10 minutes since he got into the realm without laws, and you're already at it. No, really though, he chases her down and asks her questions and learns that he now has supernatural abilities and that there are demons roaming around and that the killer might be his unfinished business. Funny, because you'd think a detective would figure it out pretty much instantly. He gets back into the town and the whole place is a crime scene. The police are here, and so is Baxter, an asshole cop who never liked Ronan because of his crime-filled past. He mocks him and Rex backhands him because that's my brother-in-law you're talking about, goddammit. You'll never be a good cop like him. So Ronan does some Sherlock Holmes stuff and figures out that the killer went upstairs for a reason. Yeah, he wouldn't just go there without any reason. He's a serial killer. Why do you think he went there? To serial kill. He sees the girl again doing some weird drawings and bullies her, so she runs away. There's demons in this apartment, so he Danny Phantoms his way to the room he was yeeted from. In the room, he uses his Batman-esque abilities to recreate a crime scene to find out that the killer was looking for something, or someone.
Oh my god, who could it be?
It was a girl! He was looking for a girl, would you believe it? Anyway, Baxter also seems to be looking for a young girl for some reason, not suspicious at all. Among the clues, Ronan also finds an important tool. His gun. His mom gave him that gun. Here, son, take this and go do some crime. Mom, I want to be a police officer. Piss off, kid. Ronan finally gets the full picture from the apartment. Turns out the killer was here for the girl. Our hero just happened to be there to intervene, which led to him dying and the goth chick jumping from the roof. And from the clues, it looks like she is headed to the church to see the pastor. No, Joy, no! By the way, the girl's name is Joy. He makes it to church and reveals a flashback where he sees the girl being led inside the private chambers by the pastor.
Oh, Joy, she's about to get a whole bunch of choir lessons.
Ronan takes a water cat and parkours to the top floor and gets out of the cat to get inside a 16-year-old Joy. Jesus, this guy has no chill. Anyway, the girl notices it and shouts him out. Apparently, she's a medium. Being a medium means she can see dead people. That's really useful for Ronan, so he asks her to help, but She's like, ew, no, I don't do ghost deeds. You smell weird, go away. But Ronan, being the charming detective that he is, convinces her to help him. She tells him that her mom is missing. She is also a medium, but she is making a living off of it by helping cops as a psychic profiler. And there's another thing, a letter, mentioning her book about the Bell Killer, which is at the police station. Her mom wants her to get it and get out. Joy then takes off with a bunch of keys and scares off Ronan as well with her siren head-ass scream. Ronan follows her. He goes to the police station and Rex is getting raised for letting a cop die, and Ronan finds out that the killer is said to have blue eyes. Also that Joy is in custody right now. He reveals a flashback and learns that Baxter was working with a wizard lady to get the Bell Killer. Sound familiar? After getting to Joy, she tells Ronan that her mom was working with someone she called Bastard. Sound familiar? They sneak past more cops and make it to Baxter's office and find the hidden book behind the gun rack. Among many clues about the Bell Killer, Ronan finds a leaflet to the Salem History Museum. I always wanted to go to the museum, but me mom, she wanted me to steal aspirins, you see? I'm retarded, please forgive me. They get out of the station and Joy tries to ghost Ronan. She goes like, stop, people will look at me weird if I talk to you in public, no. But he is clearly superior, so he gaslights Joy into helping him, and they both agree to meet in the cemetery because there's a murder case there that relates to the Bell Killer, but the cops just overlooked it. He makes it to the cemetery, and there's a new young girl ghosting around him, but teleports away when he gets near. He finds a flashback of a washed-up dead girl, so he looks around acting like a cop, and the dead civilians surprisingly play along. Does the badge still apply in the afterlife? God damn, I didn't know that. Ronan finally gets pissed trying to catch up to the young girl, so he finally decides to evolve so he can get better at chasing down teenage girls. Right, I tried writing a script for this game so many times before being interrupted by my finals, I lost all patience. So we're gonna teleport only to the good parts. So he teleports to the ghost girl. Yay, we got here so fast. She really was killed by the Bell Killer, apparently. The killer asked her about some contract before drowning her. Ronan talks to Joy about it and she looks it up on her book. How the hell does she go over the book so fast anyway? Not like she knows the contents of the book. Anyway, there seems to be a possible Bell Killer survivor that also mumbles around about a contract. She is held in a mental asylum. They both teleport to the asylum.
You sure about that?
Yep, it's canon now. Also, why is your voice different every time you talk?
I'm new at voice acting, that's why.
Sounds fair. They make it to Iris Campbell's room right before she's about to be taken to be electrocuted. Uh-oh, she's got the stink brain. So Ronan does some detective work like that's gonna solve all the problem and finds out what happened to Iris. Iris's twin sister was burned at the stake by the Bell Killer. Iris was able to escape because her sister, Rose, helped her.
I guess you could say she was Rose-Ted.
Then the ghost of Rose gets out of Iris when Ronan tries to get inside her. They all get out of the asylum and Ronan finally gets what the contract meant. The Bell Killer wanted them to admit to having a contract with demons. Ronan has no time for that though because he needs to go to the gala at the museum. He actually has a reason to go there. It's because the killer's method seems like the ones he saw in the museum leaflet. Ronan once again teleports away into the museum, where he can finally act like a French enthusiast. Oh ho ho, oui oui.
For the sake of not being cancelled, I will distract you. Have you subscribed to the channel yet? Well, you should. This guy is hell-bent on not doing a 9-to-5 job, and your subscription, which costs absolutely nothing, will really help him out a lot.
Bordel! Boy, I really hope I don't get cancelled. Anyway, the killer seems to have been following the Puritan era's way of killing witches. He teleports to the restoration room and Joy is also there because look at her, she's not going to church. They both find amazing trinkets and whatnot before finding the painting called the Hanged Witch, and there's a bell symbol on it. Ooh, ring any bells? Flashbacks reveal that Baxter was also here and he hid this painting here for some reason. After all that, Ronan concludes that the Bell Killer may have been killing mediums, hence the little girls, and the Puritan-era mediums were considered witches, so that means the mediums nowadays are also considered witches. Boy, the killer is really not that progressive. And Baxter just became the prime suspect. He was looking for a little girl who's a medium. He hid the painting. He also hid the Bell Killer's book. God damn it, I knew it. That bastard has been always fascinated by teenagers. I should have put him down when I had the chance, says Ronan, and heads out. But something has happened at the church. He phases through time and space and reaches church, but Joy was somehow faster than him. That did nothing though, because she is now rearrested, which is good because there's a hefty amount of murders in there. Oh, and Baxter is missing. Yeah, the prime suspect is missing, and there's been a couple of murders. I don't know what happened. He does his Sherlock Holmes stuff and finds out that the Bell Killer was here to kill the medium girls and killed everyone that stood in his way. And he did manage to get his hands on Iris. She was found dead, buried under a giant statue. He finds a key in the crime scene, which seems to be the key used in Judge Hathorne's mansion, where he did the witches' trials back in 1962. This is canon, by the way, so if your mom asks you what you were doing, tell her you've been studying history and not watching my videos. So the killer has been using the Judgment House as his hideout. That's where Ronan is now headed. Joy is in Rex's car, which is good, because Rex is a good boy, and a safe boy, and a really good boy. And a boy. Ronan tells her to tell Rex about the details they found and teleports away once again to the Judgment House. I had to burp, but that didn't happen. And there happens to be a police car parked there. I wonder if Rex is there, says Ronan. He finds the killer's war room and learns that the Bell Killer aims to kill Joy next, so he really needs to hurry up now. He finds another memory there, which is actually a collectible. Yes, there's collectibles in this game, and a pro tip, just follow a walkthrough if you want to find them all. Anyway, the memory shows that Joy's mum was talking to Baxter about the integrity of the place. Apparently she gets good vibes from the place. So that makes it certain that Baxter is the Bell Killer and Joy's mom has been helping him with the killings. Damn it, I knew it. Those two were in cahoots. Ronan makes it to the wine cellar and surprisingly, Baxter is dead in there. Plot twist. Damn it, they strangled him right in the eye. His ghost comes by and tells Ronan the truth. He was actually secretly trying to catch the Bell Killer using Cassandra. Shh, don't tell anyone. I'm gonna catch a killer and do good for the world. Baxter has been trying to find Joy and to make sure that she is safe and with her mom. But he was killed by the real Bell Killer. Now, I lost the clip where he does more elementary shit, but I'll give you a gist. Turns out the tiny little girl with black hair, yeah, she has also been imprisoned here, because she accused many innocents of practicing witchcraft before being hanged herself, and she swore before dying that she'll kill all the witches in Salem, even in death. So Ronan quickly teleports to the museum, because that's where something seems to have happened, and turns out Rex is the Bell Killer. Damn it, I knew it. Nah, it's Abigail, the little girl. Oh, right, she's been manipulating Rex into killing people. Right, I knew that. And now Joy is about to be choked beyond her liking range. No safe word for you. So Ronan, for the final time, gets inside Joy and makes her scream so loud that Abigail is forced out of Rex's body, but not Ronan somehow. Before Abigail gets back inside Rex, Ronan grabs hold of her, and it's here that he gets the biggest head bashes. It was actually Rex that killed Ronan. Plot twistins. But that's not all. She's been possessing many people, making them kill and then killing them afterwards. And Baxter was one that burned Rose. As for the drowned girl, it was ya boy, Ronan. Which is obviously a shock to him, because that would be for anyone. But that doesn't stop him, as he is about to discipline this brat, but he is being dragged to hell now. And then he uses the Uno reverse card and puts Abigail in his place, sending her back to hell. Yay! The Bell Killer is now gone forever, and the case remains unsolved. Rex is oblivious to everything that's happened, and Joy finally meets her mom. And as for Ronan, well...
Hasn't been a Bell Killer murder since the night Abigail met her final end. But the case never officially closed. But memories fade, time heals. With luck, Salem will move on and find peace. Death repays debts, my father always said. Forever I believe that. But truth be told, this life ain't over until you're honest about what you owe. Set everything right. settle your debts. Only then can you move on.
Ronan?
There you have it, fellas. Murdered sole suspect. I wrote a bigger script talking more in depth about it, but had to scrap it. And I'm thinking about making an extra content as well. So if you are watching this and want to support me, head on to Patreon where I'll release extra content as well. It's as cheap as $2. No pressure though. If you want to give me free support, subscribe to the channel and let me know if there are any other games you want me to cover. I won't do it, but it's damn good to read.